మిత్రునాం and బంధువం మిత్రులారా welcome to South Asia Maps education channel and your presenter Dr. J. Reddy, Jogari Tirupati Reddy. At South Asia Maps, your presenter will bring abstract concepts of Indology, human ecology, global systems into iconographic form of maps, images, pictures. You can understand, grasp them, and enjoy the learning process. Mitrunam, we are continuing our human ecology series, human predicament series. This is part 142. The title of today's presentation is Mature Seral Stages. Seral stage is an ecological community stage, group of organisms. What is that mature stage? And which is more mature stage, which is less mature stage? More mature seral stages and less mature seral stages. This represents in the abstract form two forms of human beings that inhabit planet Earth today. They are the same species interbreed together, but they have different energy consumption and their waste product disposal mechanism. Homo sapiens, traditional normal human beings, Homo Colossus. Mature stages, Homo sapiens represent more mature stage and Homo colossus represent less mature stage. That we will look today, and this will give you a different paradigm, way of understanding of the things compared to the normal socio-political understanding. All these presentations, Mitranam, I have posted are a group of these presentations. You can look at them. We are talking about 142 several stages, mature stage and less mature stage with respect to human beings, that is Homo sapiens, more mature several stages, and Homo colossus, less mature several stages. Similar presentations, human ecology, I have already discussed about, and you can find them at South Asia Maps JRD. There are 800 plus presentations organized in 75 playlists. You can look at them. Before looking at the mature seral stages, more mature and less mature, you have to know what is a seral stage. Seral stage is a ecological concept as biological concept is very easy to understand. Let's say this is a seral stage, this box, this is other stage, this is other stage. This A, B, C, D, F, G, H, A, there are group of organisms or group of species. A species is like interbreedable, that wheat is a species, rice is a species, human species, monkeys one species, and dogs one species, like that, chimpanzees. This is one seral stage, a particular group of communities, organisms. After thousands of years in the evolutionary process, ecological succession, other seral stage can originate or succeed. This is other seral stage. After thousands of years or so, other seral stage can succeed. There is a pond, there is a meadow, and there is a shaded plants, one then mature plants, tall plants like this, the pond and a meadow and shaded plants and mature plants like that. Each is a sera, group of community. We have different stages of in this ecological succession, that is a continuous process. So this in these seral stages, a particular sera at a time will be stable, that will not be changed more or less. That is called a climax community or climax seral stage condition with a particular climax dominant community, like in the traits, genetic traits and behavioral state adaptations, successions, and two types of humans we discussed about. Before that, you have to know there are two types of human organisms on the planet Earth. This is the less resource consuming Homo sapiens and more resource consuming Homo colossus and organisms. So now we know what is a seral stage. So human ecology, human succession, we are talking about several stages. MSS, just I used here as a standard, a short form for mature several stages. We simply call it a stage, mature stage. The Homo sapiens, Homo colossus. MSS, mature several stage. I have given more information here. More mature several stages, more mature, always think about the simple human being with less resource consumption, Homo sapiens. Less mature stage is Homo colossus, even though he technologically looks very diversified, advanced, driving 50 kilometers a day in an average American, consuming a lot of energy. Homo colossus is an organism, human being who weighs around about 80 kilograms, is driven by 2000 or 3000 kilograms of car. That is a simple definition of Homo colossus. Or a person who shops in a air-conditioned 1 square kilometer mall, etc. is a Homo colossus. Homo sapiens are widespread primate species. Primates are our cousins like chimpanzees and gorillas, gibbons, and monkeys and so on. Homo sapiens Homo sapiens is a less resource consuming organism with less resource appetite. Basically, pre-industrial human beings till around about 1600, 1700 AD or CE time before industrialization started. Basic 2500 kilocalories energy per day plus minimum basic needs like house and shelter and so on. His cousin is Homo colossus. Colossus means very big, and he's a human equipped with the tools apparatus. Car is a tool, aeroplane is a tool. These are all prosthetics tool, and combiners, harvester is a tool of human beings. You can imagine in that particular way, humans equipped with the tools and apparatus as a great enlarge their resource demands, increase the resource demands, and also they make a lot of environmental impact. Homo sapiens practically doesn't make much impact. Their biological disposals are very easy to handle, whereas humans dispose the methane, carbon dioxide, plastics, and so on. These are very difficult to handle. Some are even not even degradable. So there are various stages of colossality in a broader sense. Low level colossals, modest level colossals, medium level, high level. People living in the industrial societies, especially United States, Canada, you can say high colossals, and Australia like that. And people living and acquiring, like a person who acquired a bicycle like that, a low level of colossals we can say, and a modest colossals living in like Vietnam or India now emerging. So various stages of colossality. So Sera, a community in the process of ecological succession, biological succession. We saw the community in one box, other box, other community is a Sera. All those three, we saw the stages. Seral stage is stage particular. In this sterile stage, in the remember the ecological succession, in which we are talking about human succession in a broader sense, is a continuous process. Human succession does not mean that that humans will become a different. No, we are the same type of humans with different successes, behavioral pattern. We are not talking in the terms of genetic succession. We are talking about sociological, behavioral, socio-political, economic aspect we are talking about. That means, as we discussed before, there are various categories: successions, natural succession, social succession, behavioral succession. Natural means genetic based ecological succession of organisms, like that we are looking in that particular. So in this several stages, we looked at it, and we can broadly look in the human perspective. There is a wilderness with the primates and various organisms. Then the evolution of humans from the primate, that one particular several stage. And humans are Homo sapiens. In the beginning, before agriculture invented, there are Homo sapiens were hunters and gatherers, scavengers, foragers. Then they start invented agriculture, started subsistence farming. Still low level seral stage, that is more mature, less resource consuming, their numbers were also less than the farmers. Then after industrialization, steam engines, railway, roads, and all those industrial equipage, and humans becomes colossals with a lot of resource consumption appetites and waste creation and disposal mechanisms. So industrial farmers, industrial farm managers, and industrial niched humans we live today who live in most part of the industrial societies. So, in that particular sense, Homo sapiens, little energy consuming organisms, are more mature stage. Their more mature stage means a stage in a sense, a mature stage or climax can mean it in a sense, input of resources, input of energy is almost similar to output of the energy. There is no net change of the energy, there is no net change of the resource consumption and the nutrient consumption like that. They remain more or less stable. The process, the organisms in that particular stage is more mature. Doesn't mean they will stay forever until the earth falls off. They are more mature ecological, enjoy the ecological niche or ecosystem niche. In that sense, Homo sapiens are more mature ecological stages. They are in more mature stage when compared to his counterpart cousin Homo colossus. So what is the implication of this? Why we are talking about this? The implication is now we have a tremendous amount of population. Most of them are Homo colossus. In 2022 November, we have crossed more than 8 billion people. That is 8,000 million people. This is the 8. You can say to the world, new world and world, 8 billion people. And when agriculture started, there used to be around about 8 million people. 1,000 times increase, not only increase, they were the Homo sapiens, very subsistence humans, now Homo colossals. That is the one problem we face, providing the food and other sustenance and fossil fuels, coal, all these things in addition to gizmos like laptop, computers, and washing machines extremely difficult. These are all based upon temporary drawdown of non-renewable resources. That is one process. That's why the current Homo colossus is not in a mature stage. It is a less mature stage. So because the previous Homo sapiens just they took over the habitat and they were at that time habitat was more mature like habitat forest, and even though they destroyed or destabilized it and took over from their competitors flora and fauna, they're still more mature. If they continued only as a simple Homo sapiens, simple subsistence farmers with less than 1 billion people or 1,000 billion people, that seral stage should have continued for more and more time. That's what we are discussing in comparison to various seral stages. So, in general, that is about Homo sapiens, Homo colossus, and interimposed on them the concept of the several stages. Homo sapiens, normal humans, subsistence humans, less resource energy consumers, are more represent more stage, several stage, whereas a counterpart to giant resource consuming protocol colossus represent less mature several stage. That is very important for us to understand in order to conceptualize the current economic downturn or predicament we face with 8.2 billion humans on the planet Earth. In the next presentation, we look at the humans' ecological takeover and humans' ecological succession. Thank you very much, Mitranam, and I appreciate you joining me today. If you have any questions and comments, you can post, and even you can bring this to the notice of your friends or subscribe the channel. Thank you very much.